Hey, man, thank you guys for watching the content, watching all of the interviews. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also leave a comment, man. Vibing with Veto. Just take 1 second out your day and leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Let's get back to the interview. Okay, we live in the crib, Vibing with Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Veto. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan, we vibrating higher. It's 2025. And the guest keeps on getting bigger and bigger. I got my dog in the building, man. Gold Mouth, what's up, man?
What up?
How you feeling?
Man, we're going to start out with Rocco Hell, man.
Bro, come on, bro. I ain't even asked you a question yet, but we can talk about that too.
Man.
Bro, that junk was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro,
it's
like,
crazy.
how do you go to the barber and just be like, hey, just give me a Homer Simpson. Just give me one of them around the world.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I think they said like a toupee or something, right?
Yeah, the toupee?
Yeah, I think it's some shit like you peel off, kind of like a wig or something. I ain't sure.
Right.
I just know it look real crazy.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But other than that, man, 2025, man, how's your year been going so far? We had day, 14, 15 or something like that? Like, how's your year been going so far?
It's just a real busy year. I've been working, moving around. I'm saying putting this project, all the singles, everything together. So it's been a matter of working. For sure. When
you say working, a lot of people say to be great, you have to put in 10,000 hours. Would you say that you put in 10,000 hours already, or you're kind of approaching that 10,000 hours?
I mean, overall, I didn't put in way more than 10,000 hours.
Facts.
In different areas, though.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I think even with this music, I didn't put in probably like more than 10,000 hours.
For sure.
But we almost there, though.
Yeah,
you know
facts. You doing your thing, bro.
We're a lot, we're in a better position. We're in a better situation than a lot of people.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah, we almost there. You feel me?
It make you kind of like grateful of like the journey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you got like when you start seeing like people start like kind of gravitating to your music, gravitating to the message, gravitating to like the artistry. It makes you kind of like grateful of like the gift that like God gave you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that too.
I mean, everybody, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, everybody that do put in work, they want to be recognized for the work they put in.
Facts.
You know, they want people to acknowledge that.
The notoriety is like the biggest part of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the money is there too. Like everybody is hustling to, you know what I'm saying, take care of whether that's your family, bills, you know what I'm saying? You want the finer things in life, but like I feel like that notoriety too. Like when people actually say, look, bro, I'm a fan of your work. You know what I'm saying? I love what you do. I feel like
I think it really depends on the person, because I feel like money without notoriety, I mean, I guess it'll be cool if that's who you want to be. That's how you want to move. But I want to be recognized for the work that I put in.
Yeah, facts.
And I want the bag, you know what I'm saying, for the work that I put in.
Facts. Speaking of the bag, I got $1 million question for you, man. Everybody that sits on this couch, I asked them this question. Now I have the honor to ask you this question. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?
Sky's the limit, baby boy.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I feel like, bro, like even with me asking that question, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people look at failure as like they're just done. You know what I'm saying? I look at it as the L in failure, you're learning every step of the way. It's a learning, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going hard at something and you may have fallen short or something like that, it's always a way to learn from like either a mistake or like what to do better.
Yeah, I feel like if a person haven't failed, they haven't tried anything. It ain't no one in the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like the greatest people, from Einstein, I mean, from the Gaddafis, whatever the Alexanders, you know what I'm saying? The council, I mean, everything, every individual, every entity, every dynasty, at some point they failed, and what they did, they continuously, they was persistent about their pursuit. And they continued to pursue whatever it was, and they started perfecting shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. If a nigga tell you they ain't fail, niggas ain't tried shit.
They ain't tried.
Nah,
yeah, facts.
I mean, when you think about Einstein, before he came with the relativity theory, I mean, he tried all kinds of shit. Thousands of different things that was considered unsuccessful. But when he came with the relativity theory, you know what I'm saying, he actually accomplished that. He succeeded in that area, but that was due to all of the other failures that he already accumulated.
Facts.
Which prepared him for that particular theory. And that's how he was able to become successful.
Facts. when we talk about, to piggyback off of that, when we talk about preparing you for like different, journeys in life and different things like that, what prepared you? So take us back, you know what I'm saying, like to the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Now you're a successful artist. What prepared you for this moment? What were some of your shortcomings and different things of that nature?
I mean, just really living life and being around a lot of people that was doing, what I was doing or what I wanted to do. And I seen a lot of their shortcomings. I learned from their mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that it wasn't a particular formula to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga tell you, yeah, you need to be going down A Street. A Street may have worked for him. That don't mean that shit gonna work for you.
Yeah, facts.
C Street might work for you.
Facts.
So you gotta kind of find your niche. You gotta find your path.
Facts.
And you know what I'm saying? You gotta just pursue whatever it is you're pursuing in that fashion. You can check out blueprints.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Not to say you can't learn from blueprints and shit, and you can try that blueprint. But if that blueprint don't work for you, then you got to kind of modify that blueprint into your own blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you can figure out what works for you.
Facts.
And that way you can become successful. Because I don't know really two people that got the same success story, especially not in the music industry.
Facts.
Everybody came and did it a certain way. You got some niggas, they probably, they came during the Master P era when they were selling CDs and shit, and they probably became successful through music by doing that. You got other people that probably became successful through music by being club promoters, meeting other artists and, picking up the microphone. You got some people that might pop through TikTok. I mean,
Facts.
It really just depends on the individual. How some niggas be battle rapping on corners and shit and get noticed by Jay-Z or somebody. They be like, man, come over here, come go with us. So everybody got a different approach. Everybody got a different success story. So that's why it ain't no single formula or no one particular blueprint that applies to everybody who doing their music shit or whatever it is you're doing in life.
Yeah, facts. When did you know that it clicked for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? What was that defining moment? And how did that look like for you? Like, the trajectory of like your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, when did you know that, like, bro, I'm about to do this rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do this rap thing.
I mean, I had been rapping since I was young and shit, but I knew that I was about to really do this rap shit a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of people that I was associated with, that I was friends with, they became major artists. And I know these niggas wasn't no smarter than me. And I know these niggas can't rap no better than me. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, shit, these niggas can do that shit. I know I can do it.
Yeah, facts.
So seeing the type of money that these niggas pulling in, you know what I'm saying, due to they raps and shit, and seeing the type of celebrity a recognition that they was getting and shit from this shit, and how people treat them. And I know that I know these people, so
facts.
I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I can do this shit too.
Facts.
And I can do this shit probably better than them. You know what I'm saying? If I apply myself.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I started doing, because I feel like it ain't no money like that music industry money, man.
Like show money, or like, because like,
I mean, all the way around the board, like
a lot of people,
executive.
They complain about streaming money though too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's a small portion of it.
Yeah.
So fuck about no streaming money.
Facts.
Why
Okay.
would you give a fuck about streaming money if a nigga gonna pay you $200,000 to come do a 30-minute, 45-minute show?
Facts.
Who gives a fuck about streaming? You know what I'm saying? The streaming money, that's for the label. But if a nigga gonna call you up and pay you half a ticket to do a show, fuck stream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, especially when you come from the street, we look at this shit like a hustle, like the grind, kind of like we grinding in the street. So, it's just a lot of money that's being made. And had it not been for this music industry, a lot of these people that's thriving in the music industry, these niggas will probably be bombed out and shit on the street.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't have real intelligence. You know what I'm saying? To actually, become no motherfucking, to be no real career orientated people.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So the music was a blessing to a lot of people. See, me, I don't have to fuck with the music. I'm gonna be successful anyway. I got so many different fields I can go in. I just got a passion. I got a love for the music. You know what I'm saying? And so that would make me want to do the music like that.
Facts.
But otherwise, other niggas, you know what I'm saying, who ain't as fortunate, who ain't as blessed, them niggas, like, this was a very, very incredible blessing for these people. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And because the money, it ain't nothing like this type of paper.
Facts.
In order to make this kind of money, you got to been in one to school motherfucking 10, 15, 20 years straight. You got to be a neurosurgeon, a motherfucking
pilot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
like pilots get that bag.
Yeah, pilots get the bag. You got to be, you know, to get these 7 figures and 8 figures like these niggas getting out here just for making an old stupid ass song that catch. I mean, you would have had to go to college forever.
Facts. Or get it like a crazy trade.
Yeah, so it's a real cheat code.
Yeah, facts.
You would have had to put your brains to work in order to get that kind of paper. Like in a real challenging way.
Facts.
Math problems the size of a motherfucking of a poster board. You feel me?
Right.
One math problem, calculus, bitch. You doing calculus now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hated calculus.
Who the fuck? Yeah, niggas where I'm from, niggas don't even know fractions. They barely know multiplication. How the fuck how you gonna do a calculus problem that starts way up here in the sheet of paper? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm gonna start doing that when people come up here. I'm gonna start asking them calculus questions, bro. See if they can answer that shit.
But they can't answer that shit though. For real.
But cause
I can't.
Me neither, bro.
Nah, hell
so
no.
it'll just be funny, bro.
And then my mind wouldn't even allow me to even get in that space to be able to do that shit.
Fact.
Like, you know, people say, oh, you can put, you know, you do anything you put your mind to. My mind won't allow me to do that type of shit. Cause nah, bro. Like when I was learning fractions and percentages and shit, that shit was giving me hell. Yeah. So, you know,
I ain't gonna cap it, like, for sure. Nah, bro.
Yeah, so just imagine, you know, calculus 3, the shit the motherfucking the scientists and the radiologists, engineers, and all nuclear physics got to do. Man, I don't know that shit, bro. I'm staying over here. I'm finna make a catchy ass song with cat hat rap back, bitch, and we finna make this shit pop on TikTok. You feel me?
Let me ask you this, bro, because we're gonna stay on the subject of like money, right?
Yeah.
What do you deem a lot of money is, and how would you like allocate that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, to other things? Because you said you're gifted at a lot of things too as well. So and we'll talk about that too as well. But like, what do you deem a lot of money?
I think 10 million you made it.
10 mil.
Yeah, once you get 10 million, it ain't no looking back. Like, you can really establish generational wealth. 10 million is that number though.
Wow. So why you went straight to 10 versus like, because again,
because I got 1 and 2. I didn't have, you know, the 1s and 2s and shit like that. And, you know, although you can put that money to work in where you'll never go broke again if you smart, of course. But once you, because most niggas who didn't have that kind of paper, they didn't went broke before. They didn't went broke. They had to figure it back out. You know, you got to play with money in order to familiarize yourself with the paper and know how to manage the money, know how to reinvest the money, know how to, you know, treat the money. You got to know how to treat the paper, man. You got to treat the paper, you know what I'm saying, special. You can't treat this paper like you don't give a fuck about it, because the moment you treat it like you don't give a fuck about it, that's the moment it's going to leave you.
So, okay, so the 1s and the 2s, like, you know what I'm saying, because you said 10, but 1s and the 2s, it like playing with the paper.
It's easy to fall off.
How can you, but that's the thing. When you think about $2 million, bro, I know a lot of people can like break that down in their head, like, oh, you could do X, Y, and Z, but it's like, that's $2 million, bro. You gotta really like sit there and say, I'm gonna mess this money up. I'm gonna spend $200,000 on this
easy,
today.
That's easy for you to say.
$200,000 tomorrow.
That's easy for you to say, because if you look at a lot of these athletes, you know what I'm saying, these niggas that get these crazy ass contracts, and they be broke because it's a lifestyle. $2 million ain't shit when it's a part of the lifestyle. I mean, the lifestyle consists of a $500,000 Rolls Royce car. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle consists of a motherfucking $100,000 chain, a chandelier autumn AP.
Facts.
This is the lifestyle. So you get a couple pieces of this lifestyle just to be able to uphold this image, you know, and keeping up with the little babies and all these other people. Then $2 million ain't shit.
But why? Let me ask you this. I love that answer. Why are we competing? Like,
it ain't
like,
about
not
competing.
Not even competing. But it's like, bro, with $2 million, bro, my car is already paid off. Like, I don't really need a Rolls Royce, bro.
It
like,
depends on how you want to live your life, though.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
facts. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's how you want to live.
Do you feel that's just black culture though? Because like, again, like I know
it's mostly black culture, but white culture they want Rolls Royces and shit too.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
It ain't, you know, a lot of the white culture, you gotta understand, black people just started really having money. You see what I'm saying? We was just living during the times of motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, like the Jim Crow era. Like 1960s and 70s, that shit ain't number like, you know what I'm saying, 40, 50 years ago.
Facts.
So it's like we just begin to start to having this freedom and having money at our disposal. Niggas ain't had no money.
Facts.
But so when a nigga gets some money nowadays, especially a poor, broke ass, you know what I'm saying, project baby. We trench baby. So when we get that motherfucking money, we want to show the world, bitch, we got some money. We want to look like money. You know what I'm saying? We want to smell like motherfucking money. We want to do all the shit that people do that have money, shit that we was never able to do.
Facts.
And we still, and we doing this shit with the paper because we still in shock that we even got the money.
Facts.
You'll be surprised how many so-called rich niggas or celebrities, man, that now became successful. Man, them niggas probably look in the mirror every day. Like damn, I'm the fuck, I really made it. Like, I heard Jay-Z say some shit in the song, like he was saying, like in that God Did song he did with DJ Khaled, he said something. He said like it was a verse, I can't really quote it exactly, but he said something like I know we didn't made this shit. I know they got them blown because we still blown that we made it. You know what I'm saying? So niggas be still in disbelief that they got that far.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So when we get the paper, yeah, we want all this shit that we never had opportunity to get.
Can I say something too?
Yeah.
But like, bro, I seen this one rapper, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it out there. Lil Baby, bro. This dude bought 200 pairs of white Air Force Ones. Why? Why do you need 200 pairs of white Air Force Ones, bro? Why? You wear them one time and then he was throwing them away. Like, bro, that's just, I get you have money, but like, that's the black culture, bro. We don't need 200 pairs of shoes. Like, I don't fit it. Bro, I don't need to have 5 pairs of Bottega boots. I mean, I like a pair. Maybe those are nice. Bro, Zara got some nice boots too, though.
But listen,
these other folks I get what you saying.
I get what you saying.
So we both get with each other. But go ahead.
The thing about it is this, right? You can't die with the paper.
Can't.
When you get to a certain level, you understand that this shit ain't nothing but materialism. So why not live your life how you want to live it? Why not go buy 200 pair Air Force One? If you worth 200 million, why not go buy 200 pair Air Force One? You already got, you know, all of these different establishments and trust funds for your kids and everything.
Facts.
It's not affecting you.
See him, right?
Yeah,
but we were talking about the $2 million guys, like the ones and twos. Because remember we said at 10 you basically set. You know what I'm saying? So the ones and the twos, you don't need 200 pairs of shoes if you got like
but you use Lil Baby, excuse me, for example.
Well, yeah.
So when you use Lil Baby,
but remember because we were saying the comparison thing, because like he gets the paper, he got 200 million, but the ones and the twos, like, oh, I seen Lil Baby get 200 pairs of white ones. I need to go and do that. No, you don't.
Well, you know, that's for the ignorant niggas.
There we go.
When you got
there we go. That's
got $1 or $2 million, you need to be trying to make real deal investment.
Let's go.
So that money can continue to grow.
Facts.
So you can get up to that $100 million or $10 million mark.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Cause you know it's levels to money, man. I'm still trying to learn in Florida. Too. Let me tell you the type of levels it is to paper, right? I went to Rolling Loud. So I got my partner with me. You know what I'm saying? He one of the CEOs of my label. You know what I'm saying? You know, word is he worth about 80 million. So you know that's a lot of motherfucking money to us.
80 million is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Whoever he is.
shout out to him. Bro. 80 million is crazy. Go ahead.
We went into a neighborhood. It was called Palm Island or some shit like that.
Sounds rich.
And when we went into this neighborhood, the houses started off at like 34 million. They went all the way up to $80 million.
Dang.
And in their backyards was big ass motherfucking yachts that cost 40 million. Dang. So now you're looking at a house no more than 8,000 to 9,000 square feet. This bitch worth $60 million. And the boat in the backyard worth $40 million. This is just 2 pieces of property.
Facts.
That's $100 million.
That's an asset too.
You feel me?
That's crazy.
So it's levels to this shit. What
so
I'm
he can
saying,
have 200 pairs of white ones there.
Yeah, what do you want to have? But I'm just saying,
$1 million.
you know, we had the people on the internet where they put the money on their ears.
Yeah.
And, you know, this the nigga shit. You know, because niggas ain't never had shit. So whatever nigga get, they want to throw it and put it in your face.
For sure.
So but it's levels to the bag. Because I'm talking about 10 million. I'll be straight.
Yeah.
I just told you about a situation. They got a crib for 60 million.
That's
no, his boat in the backyard 40 M's. So it show you that there's levels to this shit. So just imagine if he got 2 pieces of property that's worth that much money, how much
paper he got.
Probably he's worth. He probably one of these tech people. You know, one of these oil people, one of these motherfucking, you know, diamond people who got, you know, I don't know.
Facts.
But I'm just saying, like, it's levels to it. So I said that to say this. My partner in the car worth that money, he wouldn't have said shit. That's all I'm worth, 80 million. This piece of property costs 80 million.
Damn.
So then it showed him that nigga, although you may feel like, you know what I'm saying, nigga, it's levels to this shit.
That's crazy.
Like you ain't even on these people level. You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So having that type of information, seriously, and knowing that things like this do exist, it make you want to go real hard. And it humbles you. Because you want to say pop your shit in the, I got a chain cause nah, I mean that's the nigga shit again. But it's levels to it, and it humbles you, and that's the reason why, you know, although I may have a lot of material shit, you know, when considering people that don't have shit, I'm just humble because I know, in all actuality, God has blessed me with these things, but I really don't have a whole lot, you know, comparatively. You feel me?
Yeah, facts. Nah, for sure. I got a slogan I always say: purpose over popularity. When I say that slogan to you, how can you put that in your own words?
I mean, it's kind of like fuck the clout. You know what I'm saying? You doing things for a purpose.
Facts.
Like for a real purpose, whatever that purpose is, whether it's a spiritual purpose, a moral purpose, whatever. But it's definitely. But a lot of people do things the other way around. Popularity over purpose.
That's crazy.
For real.
Do you feel like social media has created monsters within humans? You know what I'm saying? Because of like the attention that they can get off of one picture or one video that they post online. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Man, you know, people do anything for clout, man.
Facts.
People do anything to be famous. As we know, we look on our phones and we see all these crazy ass videos. You know, people doing real deal daredevil stunts, shit that can cost them their life if they fall from trying to jump off this cliff to be seen or get the views. I mean, people do anything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, it's popularity over purpose nowadays.
That's crazy.
But they'll tell you their purpose is to get rich or their purpose is to get discovered.
Dang, so that might be their purpose. That crazy to do some crazy stuff like that. Man, let's talk about the music, man. Trap of the Year. You had Bigger Rankin on there and Trey, what is Lawson? Yeah. Let's talk about that record too as well. How did that record come about and how did you link with Bigger Rankin?
Man, me and Bigger, man, we go back like 4 flat.
Big, that's my big homie, man.
Yeah, Bigger the shit, man. That's my that's my partner, man. He called me all the time, you know, share wisdom with me. You know what I'm saying? He keep me grounded, so I really appreciate Bigger. But that track came about. My little nigga Trey Lawson, he writes songs for a lot of major people. He hit me up like I got something for you. I got a trick in the bag for you. I'm like, pull that shit out of the bag, homie. What we doing? Pull the shit out of the bag. Boom. He had the beat. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Dun Deal. Shout out to Dun Deal.
Shout out Dun Deal.
And everything just went from there, man. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Trey, he laid his vocals down. Bigger heard it. Bigger say, man, I gotta be on this record right here. It's one of them one.
Facts.
So that shit history, you know what I'm saying?
When Big stamps something, you know it's like a hit. You know what I'm saying? Big's been around for so long and the catalog from who he stamped and helped, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
For him to say, this is one of them ones, it's definitely one of them ones. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
It really, I never thought about it like that.
Nah, Big is like, bro, if it's like, I don't know, it's like the ultimate cheat code kind of in a sense. Like Big is one of those guys that's like, if he rock with you, he really rock with you. Cause people used to think Bigger Rankin was mean, bro, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk up on Bigger Rankin. You can't talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for him to like come to you and say, look, bro, I'm rocking with this. That's amazing, bro. For sure. You also got the 3 the Hard Way record coming. Yeah. You said coming on the 24th, the video, right?
Yeah.
You got Rollo on there, Derez Deshawn. How did y'all link? You know what I'm saying? I know you and Rollo are like family and stuff like that too as well. How did all of that come about? Can we share some like stories on that too as well?
Yeah. So me and Rollo, we Muslims.
Facts.
You know, we was both big street personalities, and you know what I'm saying, Islam brought us together. And I met Derez through Rollo about 5 years ago. I met Derez through Rollo. So me and Derez been locked in ever since. Mm-hmm. And shit, we just been going from there, you know what I'm saying? Rollo was in prison. You know, I handled a lot of the music business for him. Mm-hmm. You know, Derez, Rollo, he did a lot of projects for Rollo while he was in prison. So I used to have to work with Derez a lot too.
Thanks.
And over time, me and Derez just became real close.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So them my brothers. Rollo and Derez, they my brothers.
For sure.
Whenever I call, they gonna pull up. Like,
that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you said some like you said a key important thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, your homie was locked down, you know what I'm saying? And you really stepped up to make sure that his career continued, you know what I'm saying, when he came home and stuff like that. A lot of people, they ain't doing that type stuff, you know what I'm saying? They literally, and I don't get it, but like loyalty is like big. I'm big on loyalty, so I respect you for that too as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I just held it down, you know what I'm saying, because I did time myself, so I already know how it feel to be in prison and niggas turn their back on you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the coldest shit in the world, to be in the penitentiary and you really don't have support. Mm-hmm. When niggas see you fall off, they like, fuck you. They move on to the next nigga that's popping.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? All the bitches you used to fuck with, however, they move on to the next nigga that's popping now. Mm-hmm. You forgot about. In other words, out of sight, out of mind, you dead.
That's crazy.
So when a nigga in a situation like that, you definitely want to be supportive of them. Mm-hmm. You want to be that for them because, you know what I'm saying, it teaches us that in the Bible and the Quran. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't visit that man when he was incarcerated? Why you ain't visit that person when he was in the hospital? Facts. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you kind of stick to the universal laws and to the laws ordained by the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, when you deal with true friendship and brotherhood. Mm-hmm.
How has Islam shaped you into the man that you are today? You know what I'm saying?
Man, if it wasn't for Islam, I'd probably be on death row. I'd be a serial motherfucking killer, serial bank robber or something. You know what I'm saying? Islam, it definitely molded me to have a God conscious. Like, before I do some shit, I always think about, is it in accordance with what God, Allah would want? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't just do no crazy shit. And if I do, I be like, man, I can't do that shit, man. I'm a whole Muslim, man.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? What
Facts.
the fuck I look like just going out like that? Mm-hmm. Like, and that's the difference between me as a Muslim. Like, I gotta show different characteristics than just a non-Muslim or a person who don't have a religion.
Facts.
If I'm walking around here doing the same shit that the gangbangers doing, or a nigga that's, you know what I'm saying, on some dumb shit doing, then how the fuck what makes me different? You see what I'm saying? So we gotta have a line that's dividing us from, you know, this and that. And Islam is that line that keep me on the right path. And even when I deviate, you know what I'm saying, it line me back up, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. A lot of my friends growing up were Muslims, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's one thing that I can say, like, that discipline is something else. Like, y'all are super disciplined, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. 2025 though, man, we're just 15 days, well, let's just say 14 days into 2025. What do you envision for your year? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are some of like your ultimate goals, you know what I'm saying, that you can envision and say, look, I'm gonna do this 2025?
We just really working, man. We working these records. We working, trying to get a number one hit on the charts, man. We trying to get on that number one chart list. Facts. Putting out some movies and shit, you know.
That's what a bad is, boy.
Yeah, being more productive in the community. You know what I'm saying? doing more right shit. More right shit than wrong shit. You feel me?
Yeah, facts. How important is like your community to you? You know what I'm saying? And what do you instill in like the younger people, the younger generation that's coming up? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's some game that you can give them? You know what I'm saying?
Community, that shit is really important. You know what I'm saying? We are the community. We the niggas that make up the community. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to them youngsters, man, like they gotta understand, like they be want to get rich overnight and shit,
Facts.
And that shit don't work like that. They want everything easy.
Facts, bro.
These motherfuckers just want you to just put them on. Man, put me on, bro. They can't put you on. You gotta put yourself on. A nigga can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't mind helping you get in position, but what you gotta bring to the table though? How can you be an asset to what anybody else got going on rather than a liability? You see what I'm saying? So that's what people have to ask themselves, like, how the fuck can I be an asset? You know? Because I'm sure they got liabilities all around them, but
Facts.
What gonna make you special, what gonna make a nigga really want to fuck with you or help you get in position is that you be an asset. So what can you bring to the table?
Facts.
Don't just be at the table eating up every motherfucking thing that come on the table. What can you bring to the table that can help everybody else at the table eat? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's what's important.
For sure. If you could tell your younger self anything, what would it be and why?
I tell my younger self, so don't let nobody discourage me from pursuing whatever goal I set for myself. Cause people discourage you.
Facts, bro. Facts.
When I was, one of the biggest dream killers is when you tell somebody your idea and they tell you, man, that shit ain't gonna work. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then it discourages you. And then before you even birth that.
Yeah, it kills it before you even start it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dang.
That's some of the worst shit, people can do.
Facts.
And a lot of times you have to keep your ideas
to yourself. Facts.
Because a motherfucker will kill your dream before you even start to pursue it. And that's the worst shit a nigga can do and I tell people, man, like, that's your vision. That you may not see my vision the way I see my vision.
Because God gave that to you.
Because that's my vision.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You may see shit a different way. So don't never tell another man not to pursue his dream or his vision. Because a lot of people, they put their failures on you.
and their fears, too.
Yeah, they fears and they failures on you. You don't even know that. No, don't do that, bro. I'm telling you, bro, that shit ain't gonna work. And then here you go, you believe in that shit because you respect them or look up to them to a degree. Because if you come into a motherfucker for their opinion, obviously it's a valued opinion. And they rub their motherfucking failures and fears off on you and their energies, and here you go, man, fuck it, then I'm gonna try something else. Then you try some other shit, don't even work, not knowing the shit that you originally thought about and you share it with them, that's the shit would have made you, you know what I'm saying, reach that $10 million mark.
Facts. Damn. That's crazy. Man, we're gonna keep on saying 10 million, boy. I'm gonna put that on my wall, boy. I need to make 10 million like Gold Mouth.
This year, 5. This year, I gotta touch 5 this year.
Facts, for sure. With the weight of the world on your shoulders, success at the palm of your hands, how do you respond when adversity knocks at your door?
I mean, you just gotta pray about it, man, and keep it moving.
Let's go.
You gotta always be positive, man. Like, I done went through so much shit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas wouldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
But I'm still smiling through it. I'm still pursuing this shit like I never took a L. You know what I'm saying? I'm still shining. Nigga, still praying. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep it moving.
For sure.
When the weight of the world on your shoulder, it's time for you to turn that shit up a notch.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of ease that load.
Facts.
Yeah, you want to definitely ease that load off your shoulder, man.
Man, that's real. That's real. This segment of the show is Vibing with Veto. Shout outs, man. Shout out anybody that you want to shout out, from your fam to whoever.
Hey, man, I got to shout out my nigga Charleston White, right? That nigga the craziest nigga in the world, man. I love him to death, man.
So y'all be rocking.
Hell yeah.
That's your dog. That's hard.
Charleston White.
That's your dog.
That's my nigga, man. I love that nigga, bro.
Shout out to Charles.
A lot of niggas hate Charles, man.
I don't hate him, bro.
I love Charles.
Yeah,
That's my nigga.
he funny, bro, to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you how real he is, though. I'm gonna tell you this story, and we can end this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a few weeks ago, he called me. He like, "Hey, Goldmouth, I'm in Atlanta." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What you up to?" "Bro, I'm hitting club to club, nigga. Come hang out with me." I said, "Nigga, who with you?" He said, "Nigga, I'm by my motherfucking self."
Charleston White crazy, bro.
I said, "My nigga, all the shit you talk, you by your motherfucking self here from club to club." Like, yeah, nigga, pull up. So I pulled up on him, man. He by his motherfucking self.
That's crazy.
You know what? He got his mace with him. He got some brass knuckles. He got one of the motherfucking taser shocking things. He say, "Bitch, I got something for everything. If a bitch look low, I'ma hit him high. If a bitch look left, I'ma spray him." Like, this nigga got the game fucked up, man.
That's crazy.
But you know, he do that though. He's a great guy, you know what I'm saying? And he do, you know, he had these weapons of protection because, you know, he speak the truth. And when you speak the truth, a lot of people go against you. A lot of people hate you because the truth set people free. The truth set situations, circumstances free. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to hear the truth.
Facts.
Niggas get killed every day for the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And they try to silence the truth seekers and truth speakers. And he one of those ones. Yeah, he say harsh shit, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of that harsh shit be the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I heard him say some shit one day about, you know, such and such had been killed by 12, 13 people. You know what I'm saying? Was on interviews, bragging on songs, bragging about, you know, killing these people. Now that he dead, we supposed to just, you know, act like he was an angel? Nah, I mean, you don't have to glorify nobody's death, but most certainly we don't want to just and jealousize no motherfucker who's on demon time either, though.
Facts.
So that shit inflame a lot of people. It hurt a lot of people feeling, but that's the truth.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Mama, don't go to crying now when this shit happened to your son, when your son was out here making all the other mamas cry. You see what I'm saying? So he said a lot of real shit, man. Shout out to my nigga Charles and White, man. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? He one of the first ones that was posting Trap of the Year. You know, he posted my song, man. He telling niggas, man, y'all go get my nigga Gold my song, man. This nigga the realest in the game. You know, he doing shit that niggas, you know, that other people probably should have did before him.
Facts.
You saying he beat niggas to the punch. You know, he really about black culture, man. So that's one of the people I really respect out here in this industry, man. You know, he's a motherfucker that say what he say, mean what he say, and gonna stand on that shit, and then go and live on it, and ready to die on it. You feel me?
That's real.
And it's hard to find men of that stature out here.
Why you feel like a lot of people don't, and we can get out of here after this, but why do you feel like a lot of people don't like to be an open book like that? You know what I'm saying? Don't like to say, hey, I'm gonna speak my mind, you know what I'm saying? And regardless of how anybody feels, I'm gonna speak the truth. Why do you feel like people like shy away from that?
Because, man, nobody don't want to be motherfucking, nobody don't want to be that black sheep. You know, nobody don't want to have the world against them. Cause that's what happened when you speak certain truth. The world turn against you, man. Motherfuckers want to kill you. That's why Martin Luther King was doing the shit he was doing. He was speaking the truth. He was afraid though. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't so afraid that he was willing to let them people silence him. And he died about that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they don't want to die. They gonna say, fuck that, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. This ain't none of my business. Niggas don't want to die. Especially when you going against powerful entities. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't want to die.
Facts. Nah.
So shit, nigga, you better keep your motherfucking mouth shut.
Facts.
You feel me? So if you don't want to die, you ain't ready for the die, and keep your mouth shut. But then every decade or two, or every century, you have a motherfucker that don't give a fuck about dying. They gonna get up and they gonna speak, and they gonna speak the motherfucking truth. Just like Malcolm X. When he found out the truth about Islam and went again, you know, he wasn't even necessarily going against the nation. He was just telling the truth. They had him knocked off. You know why? Cause shit, Niggas don't want you to tell the truth. You know, niggas want you to tell a lie, go with the flow, or keep your motherfucking mouth shut. Because when you start telling the truth, you start affecting a lot of people's pockets.
That's what it is right there.
You start to affect a lot of people's realities. They got these people over here believing one thing. Now you done told the truth, and now they see clear. They see straight now. They see through all your bullshit. Now you can't extort them no more. Now you can't exploit them no more. Now they can't make. Now you can't make no money out of these people no more. Shit, that's a problem. Bitch, you gotta die. So shit, niggas rather just keep their mouth shut.
Damn. Go mouth, my boy.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to Vibe with Veto, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on IG. All of my social media platforms are the same. GoldFamGoon. Mouf Fam Goon. And y'all make sure y'all get Trap of the Year, man. January 24th, 3 the hard way. Y'all make sure y'all snatch that shit up. You know what it is, man.
For sure. Hey, man, it's been another episode of Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher, and we gone.